Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Eukarya Atuos TV. I am Dr. Eukarya and I want to say a big thank you to you all, my returning viewers and subscribers. If you're seeing this video for the first time or you're seeing my face for the first time, I want to say a big thank you to you and you're welcome to this channel Eukarya Atuos TV. And I want to say a big thank you for your support and love to the growth of this channel. I do not take this your generosity for granted. Thank you very much for being a support to the growth and the success of this channel. Please, at the end of this video, if you enjoyed the video, do not hesitate to hit on the subscribe button, like the video, share the video, and also drop your thoughts in the comment section if you enjoyed the video. All right, in this video, we'll be discussing some of the mistakes that parents make when they send their children, their word to school. That's what we'll be discussing in this video. And what are those mistakes that these parents make when they send their children to school? One of them is that some parents do not ask their children for feedbacks for whatever they ask them to do. They don't ask their children to give them feedbacks on whatever you ask your son or your daughter to do. For instance, you ask your daughter, you ask your son to go pay for his or her school fees. You give the money to him or her to go and pay. At the end of the day, what is expected of you as a parent? You're supposed to ask that your daughter or your son for the receipt of the school fees he or she paid. Most parents don't do that. From experience and over the years, most of these students do not pay their fees. I teach in the higher institution, so I am talking based on experience. They don't pay their fees. They use the money for another thing. And at the end of the day, some of them are not even in school, because if you don't pay your fees, it's assumed you did not, that section will not be accounted for you because you didn't pay your fees. So this is the first mistake that parents make. You send your daughter, your son to do a particular thing for you, for him or herself in school. It is your duty as a parent to ask for feedback. Something I asked you to do, have you done it? Let me see an evidence that you have done it. This is one thing parents do not do. Secondly, some of the mistake that these parents make as well is, at the end of a particular section, let's say your son or your daughter is in year 1 or is in year 2. At the end of that year 2, parents do not ask their parents for their results. Most parents don't. A good number of parents do not ask. At the end of your year 1, you should be able to ask your son or your daughter, can I see your results? Request for it. Ask for it. Some of them will want to give you excuses, but when you keep on pressurizing them, the student will as well know that that result is very, very important to my parents, so I will need to follow it up and get it for them. But most parents do not do that. And because the parents don't do that, the students are always relaxed not to ask of their results. And at the end of the day, sometimes the parents, when they get to this realization, it's already when the student is already in final year or about to graduate. That's when it dawns on the parents that they need to ask for this result. But as a parent, from the first year of school, you need to start asking for the result of your child. And because you are serious about it, your child will always be serious about it, because he or she knows that this result is important to you. The next mistake parents make is that try as much as you can as a parent to visit where your child stays. Even if they are staying in the hostel, take a day or two to go and know where your child lives, either in school or in the school environment. You need to know where your son, your daughter stays, except you are not in the same state with your son or your daughter. But let's assume your son schools in Lagos and you don't live in Lagos. It's not a problem. But in that 4 years of his or her schooling, something would have taken you to Lagos. If something doesn't take you to Lagos, there are relatives around where your child is schooling that you can send the person to. Please help me go and know where my daughter or my son lives. It's not a compulsion. Like some parents who want to say, yes, but I don't stay in the same state where my child is schooling. How do I go about it? Send somebody to go. You will definitely have a relative that lives in that same state with your son or your daughter. Send somebody to go and know where your son stays. It gives that child that consciousness that my parents are conscious of my whereabouts, where I live, the environment where so that even when, and secondly, why you are not just knowing where they are staying, you should also try as much as you can to emphasize that they get a good environment, so that the child will not just go and get any kind of place that he wants to live there. The next mistake that parents make most of the time is that they don't look out for the kind of friends their words, their kids, their children makes. As a parent, you have to be intentional about the kind of friends your son or your daughter keeps. It is a must. It's not negotiable. It is a must. Over the years, we've seen how friends have destroyed the children that came to school, the children you sent to school. We've seen how friends have destroyed their destiny. Some dropped out of school, some are somewhere in the psychiatric home, some didn't even finish the school. Some initially, when they came into school, they were good, they were nice, they were intelligent, but along the line, because of the kind of friends they keep, it affected it affected them greatly. We've seen it over the years. We have seen it. So as a parent, you really need to know the kind of friends your son or your daughter is associating with. Be intentional about that. Bring it to their notice that I need to see your friend. I need to know your friend. You have to bring it to their notice. It's very, very key. There's another thing the parents doesn't do. Sometimes it's optional, but if I'm to advise a parent, once in a while, just go to the department of your child. See the HOD, the head of department. Ask 1 or 2 questions. I'm not saying do it all the time, but once in a while, it can be a one-off thing. Let's say in a section or even all their stay in school, you can visit the school like twice. Yeah, it might look weird, no problem, and your child might not like it, but it gives that child the consciousness that that my parents will likely come to school. Also use it as, I will be coming to your school. I will be coming to your school. Use it to a subtle threat to them. I think I need to come and see your HOD. I think I need to come and see a particular lecturer. So when you say that, you see them want to be at their best behavior. I understand that even if you come or you don't come, a child that wants to be funny can as well. But it's not a problem. Do your part as a parent. Do your part as a parent. Then another thing, I know this one, parents do it, but I would suggest you do more of it. Yeah, you call them on phone once in a while. And some of these kids, they will tell you, Mom, Dad, I'm in the university, so I can take care of myself. I do not agree to that. Some of them cannot take care of themselves. So you need to always check up on them. Call them on phone. Know where they are at every point in time. And another thing parents don't do, another mistake that parents don't do, you don't even know the courses that your son or your daughter are offering. You don't even know the courses. If they ask you how many courses now is your child studying for a semester, as a parent, you don't know. We're not saying you should. At least you can guess. Okay, I know about 8 or thereabouts. You can guess. That shows you're interested in that child. Finally, there's this mistake parents always make. These kids, they tell you, I'm in the university, Dad, I'm in the university, so I can take care of myself. So because they tell you that, you as a parent, you want to neglect them, you don't want to ignore them. She's an adult, he's an adult, they can take care of themselves. Please, please, please don't do that. Still check up on them. The way you check up on them when they were in primary school, in secondary school, please do the same in the university. A lot are happening. A lot are happening. I am telling you based on experience, based on the students I teach, based on what I see, based on what I see parents come to complain when the matter is already out of hand. So please, parents, this video is actually for you. It is actually for you. Please, please do not take these things for granted. Do not take them for granted. A lot of students have dropped out today. A lot of students do not come to class. A lot of students do not take their academics seriously. A lot of them, if you see their booklets, you will shed tears. So please, 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 parents, I don't believe we have failed. I don't believe so. Please, we need to up our game. We need to do more as parents. Yes, the teachers, the lecturers will do their part. But parents, please help us as well. Help us as well. Don't believe they are in the higher institution so they can take care of themselves. Please, 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 please. We need to up our game as parents and teachers. Thank you very much. I hope you will learn something in this video as a parent, and I also hope that you will put all of this into practice so as to help yourself as a parent, to help the student, and as well help their teachers and their lecturers. Thank you very much. And if you enjoyed the video, hit on the subscribe button, like the video, share the video, and as well drop your points. If there are things I didn't mention, you can also drop it at the comment section. We will look at it, others will look at it, and they will also learn from it. Thank you, and do have a blessed day until I see you on my next video. Bye.